Chapter 1: England's Dream of a New World, 1584. In the late 16th century, England was eager to compete with Spain and Portugal in exploring and colonizing the New World. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, explorers were sent across the Atlantic to establish English settlements in North America. In 1584, the English explorer Philip Amadas and navigator Arthur Barlow arrived on the coast of present-day North Carolina. They explored a beautiful island called Roanoke Island. The land seemed fertile, the forests were rich with wildlife, and the nearby waters were full of fish. The explorers returned to England with glowing reports. Inspired by these discoveries, the English nobleman Sir Walter Raleigh proposed establishing a permanent colony there. Thus began one of the greatest mysteries in American history. Chapter 2: The First Roanoke Settlement, 1585. In 1585, Raleigh sent a group of soldiers and settlers to establish the first English colony at Roanoke Island. The expedition was led by Sir Richard Grenville and governed by Ralph Lane. Initially, the settlers tried to build houses and survive in the unfamiliar environment. However, tensions quickly arose between the English colonists and the local Native American tribes, especially the Algonquian peoples who lived in the region. Food shortages, disease, and conflicts made life extremely difficult. By 1586, the colony had failed, and most of the settlers returned to England with the English explorer Francis Drake. Yet, the dream of a colony in the New World did not end. Chapter 3: The Lost Colony begins in 1587. In 1587, a second group of colonists was sent to Roanoke Island. This time, the mission was not military, but civilian. Families, craftsmen, and farmers were included in the expedition. The colony was led by John White. Among the settlers were women and children, showing that England hoped to build a permanent community. Soon after their arrival, an important historical event occurred. On August 18, 1587, John White's daughter gave birth to a baby girl named Virginia Dare. She became the first English child born in the New World. But the colony soon faced serious problems. Food supplies were running low, and the settlers needed help. The colonists convinced Governor John White to sail back to England to bring more supplies and settlers. White reluctantly agreed, promising to return soon. Chapter 4: The Long Delay, 1587 to 1590. John White reached England in late 1587, but events in Europe made his return impossible. England was preparing to defend itself against the powerful Spanish fleet known as the Spanish Armada. Because of this threat, Queen Elizabeth ordered that ships remain in England to defend the country. White was forced to wait nearly 3 years before he could sail back to Roanoke. During those years, no one knew what had happened to the settlers. Chapter 5: The Shocking Discovery. In August 1590, John White finally returned to Roanoke Island. But when he arrived, something shocking had happened. The colony was completely empty. There were no people, no bodies, and no signs of battle. The houses had been dismantled, suggesting the settlers had deliberately moved somewhere else. Only one mysterious clue remained. Carved into a wooden post was the word CROATOAN. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island and also the name of a friendly Native American tribe living there. White believed the colonists might have moved to that island for safety, However, a violent storm prevented his ship from searching the area, and he was forced to return to England. The fate of the colony remained unknown. Chapter 6: Theories about the disappearance. Over the centuries, historians have proposed many theories about what happened to the Roanoke colonists. One theory suggests that the settlers joined the CROATOAN tribe and eventually blended into Native American communities. Another theory proposes that they attempted to move inland, but died due to disease, starvation, or conflict with other tribes. Some researchers believe that drought and food shortages in the region forced the settlers to abandon the colony. Archaeologists have found small clues suggesting that some colonists may have survived by integrating with local tribes, yet no definitive proof has ever been found. Chapter 7: A mystery that still fascinates historians. More than 400 years later, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony remains one of the greatest mysteries of early American history. Historians, archaeologists, and researchers continue to investigate the region around Roanoke Island. Excavations, historical documents, and scientific studies may one day reveal what truly happened to the lost settlers. Until then, the story of the lost colony remains a fascinating reminder of the dangers and uncertainties faced by early explorers in the New World. The villagers of Roanoke did not vanish overnight in a supernatural event, but their quiet disappearance left behind a mystery that history has never fully solved. And that single carved word, CROATOAN, still echoes through history as the only clue to one of the most puzzling disappearances ever recorded.